if we fail to learn from the past, we're doomed to repeat them. Now, the reason that I bring up this quote is the fact that in the NFT space right now, people aren't learning from what has happened. They are kind of getting caught up in the hype, getting caught up in the hysteria. They're not learning about what has happened in the past and kind of adjusting their strategy accordingly. And what this is meaning is it's meaning that they're getting caught up, they're investing in these projects, and these projects are essentially bleeding out and dying out. And what this means is people are just losing money hand over fist. Now, what I want you to do, and the reason I bring up this quote, is I want you to actually go out and have a look at what was happening in the market September, October, November. Look at the projects we're talking about. Like, you can go back on my channel, everything's timestamped. You can have a look at the projects that we were talking about. You can have a look at the projects Crypto Gorilla was talking about, the projects NFTverse was talking about. And what you'll see is the market was excited and hyped about these particular projects. They kind of ran up and then they just bled out. One in particular, have a look at the Sevens. This was the most hyped project of September, mid-September. Ended up running up, but if you have a look at the chart right here, bled out. Hasn't done well at all longer term. Now also, if we have a look at something like Hype Bears, you can have a look at this chart. It has just bled out. Now sure, I can kind of cherry pick some incidences of projects that have kind of not done well, which is easy to do. And you could also say like, hey, yeah, but what about CloneX? What about Azuki? What about Doodles? But like, those are the 4 or 5 that have actually succeeded. But when it comes to the projects that haven't succeeded, there's so many more of them. What I want you to do is go back and have a look at these old projects, have a look at their prices, have a look at the kind of hysteria, the hype, what the market was thinking, the sentiment of the market when it comes down to those projects. What you'll then find is that you will be getting caught up in the hype of these projects. You'll be getting caught up in that hysteria. You'll be getting caught up thinking that this will be the next Doodles, the next Azuki, the next Bored Ape. So if you have a look at those, you're then going to make a better decision in what you're actually doing, and you're most likely going to be able to exit those projects earlier and actually preserve some of the capital. Now, I'm not saying that you need to dump on every project, that every project's a flip, but statistically speaking, if you're not looking at if you're investing in these projects, they are going to be flips. You're going to lose money on them. And I also like to kind of point out the fact that everyone wishes they got into Azuki and held it. Everyone wishes they got into Bored Ape and held it. But the sheer fact is, even if you're holding on to a 20 ETH floor blue chip, you most likely would have sold it when it hit 3 or 4 ETH because you've had so many losses previously. So people are also getting beat up about gains that they haven't actually made because they would have sold them earlier, and there's a woulda, shoulda, coulda type mentality which just isn't healthy in the space. Now look, why am I bringing up this topic in particular right now today? Well, I get asked the question a lot. Hey Nate, is it a good time to get into this project? Oh, is this a good entry point? Hey, what do you think about this project? And when it comes down to it, 99% of the time, it's a terrible project, it's a bad entry point. If you're not getting in at mint, and you're essentially on a whitelist, you're getting in at mint, it's bad because if it is gonna run up, the price is gonna run up, and the fact is you're gonna have to catch a 2 or 3 ETH project that's actually hot and popping to have minimal upside when you could have gotten in at mint price. Now look, the reason that I bring this up is a lot of new people in the space, they just don't understand. They just don't understand how hard it is to kind of strike it lucky and hit good on that project. So by doing this, I'm not saying don't invest in these projects, but invest in them knowing that they're most likely going to drop off, they're most likely going to go to zero, so you can kind of enter and exit the projects with the risk tolerances that you're comfortable with. So hopefully you found value in kind of switching this up. I switched it up because I wanted you to kind of sort of see a different bit of scenery. We've got the Sydney Harbour Bridge here, we've got the Opera House right here. I wanted to kind of mix it up because changing up the way that I'm talking, where I'm talking, maybe this will get through to you that bit of information that you need to actually succeed when you're actually kind of out there looking at projects and investing in them. So hopefully you found value in this video. If you did, please consider hitting up that subscribe button, and while you're down there, also hit up the like button. If you like this kind of video, drop a comment below and I can do more of these. As always, it's been a pleasure having you with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.